Okay, good evening, everyone. For those of us that were around yesterday, right, we talked about basic introduction on tech, right? So I would reiterate and just do a recap of what we talked about yesterday. We said uh, tech, tech. The first point was you can't grow in tech without a community, right? So um, you can't be very successful if you try to do this game alone. All right. So that's one of the best advice I'd received concerning this whole thing. We talked about how tech we dropped the picture about motivation, right? So there's no brain that is cut out for tech. There's no brain that is not cut out for tech. So everybody can do it, right? And it's not as difficult as they make it seem, right? Not like it's not difficult. Yes. Then okay. Sorry. Before I continue, there's uh maybe you should turn off your video, right? And also you can pin my video to your main screen. So what you do is go to my video, right? You see a pin button, right? And click it so that because I'll soon display a slide and I want us to be seeing what I'm displaying. All right. So I, I'm sure you understand that. So right, we talked about that. Now moving forward. Um, let's go into tech itself.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Somebody saying something.
How do you how do I pin your video to
Okay.
screen?
If you can see my size video, right? Can you see me? If you can see me, click on my face. You see a pin button, a pin icon rather. Can you see that?
I can't see that.
Can you see that?
No, no, no. Just three dots. I'm gonna click on it.
You can't see a
I can't.
pin. You can't.
No,
Or go to people.
no, I can't.
There's a part where it's written people or participant, depending on the version you are using, and look
Okay.
for my name. My name is Teddy Rabbi. Click on my name. You see pin video, pin to
Yes, sir.
main screen, depending on the version you are using.
Okay.
Hmm. All right. So if you're,
Okay.
do you,
I've
are
done
you
it.
good? So is any okay? Okay. Thank you very much. So somebody should help me assist him over the chat box so he can pin so we don't waste time. All right. So moving on. Um, we'll go straight to the point. So I'm going to share a slide. Okay. I'm going to share a slide. Uh, that's why I want to pin my video. So here you go. This is a slideshow of what I'm going to talk about majorly. So I'll first of all share my screen. Share my entire screen. All right. So if you can see my screen, just click on. Let me know. Just say something that you can see my screen. If you can see what's projecting from my screen.
Nothing is projecting.
Nothing's projecting.
Yes, just your face.
Okay. 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 Wait. Um. Wait. Can you see anything now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's on
Yes.
now.
Yes.
It's working now, right?
Nothing is projecting.
Nothing is projecting.
Yes, it's on now. Tech Education for Beginners
Awesome.
1.0.
Oh,
Yes.
great. Yes.
Can't see anything.
There you can see my fine picture by the right, right?
Yes.
I can't see
Okay. All right. So moving on. Um,
For me, I can't see anyway.
you can't see anything. You can't see my
I
screen.
can't see anything.
Oh boy.
Just in your face only.
You can you boy, you can see my face. How come you can still see my face? Hello? Hello?
Unpin it. You
I
need to
need to
unpin it.
open commercial or something.
You
You
need to
unpin it
pin
before you
it.
see the this
Slide.
thing.
That guy like
I
your
what think that say
very
they are not finished. I'm seeing the slide.
You can see the slide, right?
Yes, I can.
yeah.
Okay,
That
thank you.
that guy seeing your face very well.
Okay. All right, no problem. So let's just continue. If you can't see the slide, just try to follow through. You're supposed to see. Um, so tech education for beginners. So yesterday we laid the foundation of why we're doing this, uh, because of the kind of questions we have. So I gave a little of my background of how I have been through HTML, CSS, data science, UI, UX, digital marketing, social media management, content writing, creative writing, blah 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 blah. So I've dabbled through a lot of areas, and because of that, I had the time to waste. I don't think anybody should have that waste that kind of time. So because of that, that's why we're doing it. So please, admin, can you mute everybody so that mute your mic so that you would have clear audio.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So good. So moving on, I'll just give what we have here. All right. So today we'll talk about these three major things. We'll have an introduction about tech, then we'll have what tech is and what is not. Also, we'll have classification and branches, which is the main thing we're going to dwell on. So yes, moving on. Introduction. Do you often hear people say, get into the tech space, do a tech job, get tech? Tech is the reigning thing. Tech is the Odogu thing now in the market. You should be doing tech. Tech guys are rich. Tech bros are rich, right? Those kind of stuff. You get to hear them a lot. You hear it, but you wonder how. You don't know what to do. You don't know what it's about. So that's why I said yesterday at the end of this training, you are not going to be a guru in tech. What you are going to have is you are going to have an idea of the areas and the possibilities. And I expect that as we try to explain these things to you, you go back and do your research. Don't take our words for it. Do your research and get full details about it. All right. So yes. So then I'm also of the opinion that you know that before we get into school, we have career talk. We have these career talks like where they come and tell you what you should do, or before you get into SS2, if you should be a science student or an art student, or the kind of course you should read, the one that should fit what your demeanor basically is tending towards and all that. So I believe we should have those kind of talk in tech, and that's why we are doing this. So now to the main cocoa. But sorry, let me escape this slide. I need to see. I don't want to. I need to follow through myself. So I want to stop sharing and reshare. All right. So I'll share again. I'll share a window. It's not allowing me to share this. Some things not so right. So yeah, that's one of the things about tech. Anything can happen. It's not witch hunting. It's just how it is. Uh, okay, it's up. Let me share it out there. Oh boy. Okay, I don't think it's allowing me to do that. Okay. All right. So I'll just continue. Right. I'll share my entire screen. I wanted to be able to follow through with messages too, but I guess I can't do that. Sad, really. But no problem. No problem. So if you can see my screen again. Just let me know before I continue. Right, this is it. Hello? If you can see my screen, just let me know.
Yes, I can see.
All right. So make me your full screen so
Yeah,
you can
it's
see
visible.
these slides
I can
well
see
because they are quite small if you are viewing from a phone. So straight up, tech, tech. I said we are going to explore what are the sectors in this tech market, what are the opportunities, what are the career paths, and what are the projected ends. Then what is tech? First of all, what is not tech? First of all, tech is not coding. People have this misconception that when you say you are into tech, you are one programmer, you are writing code. No, tech is not coding. Coding or programming is one very small branch or large branch, but whatever it is, it's a branch of tech. Coding and programming itself is not tech, so that should not scare you. So when anybody say get into tech space, you don't start thinking how you start writing codes, how you start writing those many things that those guys do. Secondly, tech is not a badass black laptop with plenty stickers. No people when they know the way they know tech bros is that they have one black laptop with many stickers. They always wear hoodie and they use medicated glass. You know, they wear polo shirts and jeans to the office and they wear one funny cap and all that. That's not it. Don't be intimidated, right? Then lastly, tech is not that serious. Okay, maybe it might be serious, right? But it's not that serious. It's not as serious as the tech bros make it look. So, what is tech itself now? So, tech refers to first of all your ability to interact and complete tasks using computer-based technologies. What do I mean? So, if you are not following through, right? If you have questions, just try to keep it down or pin it down somewhere. At the end of this session, we'll just talk about it. So tech refers to your ability to interact and complete tasks using computer-based technologies. So computer-based technologies or and other associated technologies. Okay. So tech, you need to see tech rightly. Tech is a tool. So the basic explanation of tech should be a tool to accomplish any task. So if I think I want to go from here to Lagos, I need a tool, right? A tool to do that. I want to put this nail through this wall. I need a tool, which is the hammer. I want to write down everybody's name in this room. I need a tool. So tech, right, is a tool in the hands of the person that can use it, right? So technology is tech, it's the short form of technology. Some people call technical skills too. So right, but we don't want to go into the difference between technical skills and technological skills. It does not really concern us. So tech skill refers to your ability to just interact and complete tasks using computer-based technologies and other related or associated technologies. So the task can be sometimes it can be digital, sometimes it can be physical. So why this is important is that not all tech skills are digital skills. So when everybody say get a digital skill, right? Not all tech skills are digital skills. Some tech skills are physical, all right? So then also some tech skills may be referred as technical skills. So, but there's a slight difference between technical skills and technological skills. Because technical skills are hands-on. They are hands-on skills that you do with your hands, with your technical know-how, converting your technical know-how to physical operations, right? So the technological sector is comprises of those that sell goods and services in the market, software, computer, artificial intelligence, blah blah blah. That's what we actually delve into. So that's just what it's all about. So moving on, the major cocoa here, which is our next slide, classification of tech. So this classification is termed TED's classification of tech. And trust me, uh, I know what I did here. I I brought out this idea, I brought out this classification. It's not holistic, but it is for us beginners, right? For us entry level tech persons to be able to have an idea on how to glide. So I divided tech into science and art. Why did I do this? Technology does not have to be coding. Coding is under the science part. So science part will be that, and why am I explaining this? So that you start having knowing where you should fit in this tech. So if you know that you are science oriented, you like calculations, you like mathematics, you like physics, you like chemistry, in quote, right? You like and you know how to do those kind of stuff, then you should be looking towards the science part of tech, because that's where you have the possibility to express these scientific abilities that you have. While in the art part, yeah, we uh, it's where you have, or where you use those um, artistic ideas, right? Where you use the artistic ideas to do this to solve these problems. Where people that like aesthetics, you like mixing colors, you like beauty and shape, you like arrangement, you like, you like interior design, those kind of stuff, right? You should be looking towards the art part rather than the science part. So you get, that's why I separated it this way, so that you can, have a feel or a classification method. Now we'll go to the science part. This part I'm going to explain briefly, right? Just give a brief overview of every every part of every or some of the part listed here. So the first one here is programming and coding, which is the most popular. So programming, you say um, uh, I'm a programmer. I like to write codes. I like to, I like to calculate, because coding, right? Coding is coding. Coding, trust me, coding, you need to involve your brain mentally. You need to bring out your calculation spirit, in quote, right? You need to do that. Yeah, there is no two ways about it. You need to be smart. So I'm not saying you're not smart, right? I'm not saying you are going to get extra smartness from somewhere, but if your line generally is tending towards that area, then you should look at that. All right. So first of all, programming, programming and coding. Programming and coding, these people, what do they do? They basically they write programs, or they write codes to make things work. For example, for example, um, it's if you want to build a house, right? You need people to lay down the foundation and erect the building. You need bricklayers and all that. The programmers and the coders, in quotes, right? They are the ones that set up that framework. What they do is using mathematical knowledge, right? Using binary functions, using uh, all the many things you know about mathematics and physics and all that, imputing them to creating this structure. So for a website, for example, this app, or this collaboration tool we are using, which is Google Meet, there's a reason it's working like this, because it has a framework, right? So the software, the programmers, they can involve both the software and the hardware. Sorry, the programmers, they tell both the software and the hardware what to do, right? How to behave. So why would this thing show like this? Why is it not showing upside down? Why is it that when I press the red button, it will end? Why is it working like that? Because somebody did it. They told the computer, okay, this is what you will do. When somebody touches this red button, you are supposed to cancel. When somebody touches this green button, you are supposed to respond. You're supposed to join. Stuff like that, right? So that's what they do in essence. they do the functionality part, right? But I'm trying not to. I know that there are some people here that are already programmers or that are already tech people. That they are not my uh, concern right now. In quote, in the terms of tech, you are saved already. I'm talking. I'm reaching out to the unsaved. All right. I'm reaching out to the people that don't have basic ideas. So when I use some words, I know that they might not. When you go further, you see that those words are different. But for this introductory class, understand what I'm trying to say. Try to follow me. All right. So they write the line. They are front end and back end programmers. What does it mean? Just as it means front end, back end. So when you're looking towards going towards programming, if you have now settled, oh, I like calculations, I like this, okay. Um, I like to build. I like to build applications. I like to build softwares. I like to build mobile apps. I like to build, you know, Facebook. I like to build Instagram. I like to build those type of things. You now have to look at where should I focus. There's the front end and there's the back end. So what front end, just as it means front end, right? Involves the front outlook, how it's looking like this now. Because what you are saying, oh, you are, I think you are saying tech, you are saying the wrong. Sorry, I'm supposed to be here. No, okay, I'm supposed to be here. The outlook, how it's supposed to, how we are seeing it. So when we look at it, how are we seeing it? Why is this thing showing like this? Why is classification at this written like this? Why is the font not bigger? Why is it smaller? Right. So programmers, front end developers, they make how it looks, right? The outlook, right? But the back end involves the functionality, how it functions. So if this is looking like this, for example, but when I click something and respond, it's the back end that does that. So they do the back end, just like back end. For example, if you are, what would be a good example now? If you, okay, ATM machine. If you put the way the ATM is looking in front, right? When you see withdrawal, blah 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 blah. The front end guys, that's what they have done. But when you click on withdrawal, right, and you click on the money, something will tell one ruler or whatever brings out the money to bring out money, right? The money start counting and it comes out. The physical outlook is the front end developer. But when you click it, the functionality, the ability for it to know that you are withdrawing, you are not paying in, or you are not doing something else, and pays you the money, the functionality, that's done by the back end. So this is, I'll give an example of that, right? So you know that there are different programming languages. There is basic ones. They are not considered a programming language, HTML, CSS. But for the course of this, for the case, more English is hard because of this training. Uh, HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Sorry, sir.
Okay,
We could
somebody's saying something.
technologies like technology, basic technologies.
I can't hear you.
We could call them. Yeah, sorry. We could call them the technologies of web design,
Okay,
the HTML, CSS.
yeah, right. So what he's trying to say is, we call HTML, CSS technology of web design. Yeah. So web design, it's the word itself. It's how it looks, designing the websites, how it looks, how it feels, how it should be. Why is the color red? Why is it black? Why is it gray? You get. So there are a lot of options there. So if you think you like something like that, you should be looking towards that. Secondly, we have data science and data analytics. Yes, I have a diploma in data science from Covens Lab. I think some of my friends are here too from Curators, Covens Lab, partnered with Curators University. So data science is data. Data is just as we learned before, right? Data is information, right? Or stored information, or uh, you name it. But I'm trying to be simple, right? Let's forget about those things we learn. Let's see practical stuff. Right? So data is information. Leave it like that for now. So data science and data analytics. Data science is just to use information and data to get insight. Use information and data to know. So let me use an example. Let's say you sell cassava, plantain, and corn, right? You bring five, five, 5,000 bags of cassava, plantain, and corn, and you sell 3 times every week, and you have been doing it for like 3 months. At the end of the third month, right, you should be able to tell that, okay, which of these three products sells better, which one sells faster, right? You should be able to know that. And the only way you can know that is if after you sell today, you write out, okay, total number of cassava sold today, 55. Total number of corn sold today, 100. Total number of plantain sold today, 500. Because plantain must sell more than that because I like plantain. All right, but you get my point. So because you've taken that record, you do that record every day, every day, every day, every day. So data science, what data science is all about is using that your record to now bring out that, oh, or when, for example, if anybody buys from you, you write the person's name, you write the person's phone number, you write the person's age, right? So data science will now use that data to say after your 6 months to say, okay, in 6 months, right? This is the person that have bought the most product from you. This is your best customer. Or in 3 months, this is the product that is selling the more.
So I would have to
Or
use that for plantain.
hello, is somebody saying something?
Yeah, it's so I want to buy plantain and they'll write down my age a bit.
I can barely hear you. Please po- increase your voice a bit. All right. So going forward, I think I'm good. So you understand what data science and analytics is. Analytics is the analyzing of data. But before you start analyzing data, there's a lot of things that go into that, which is data cleaning, data processing, because you've seen some have you seen spreadsheets before? Those Excel files, right? That carries um uh like 10,000 rows of or 10,000 columns of names. For example, all the names of Edo State citizen with their phone number, with their date of birth, with their VIN number, with their address and all that. So, but you want to know how many with their local government and all. You want to know how many people stay in this local government in Edo State. You can't go and start writing them one after the other. So data science, you will learn tools in data science that will help you carry out this task. So you when you just write in one of two codes, you to bring out this information for you from this data. So that's what data science is about majorly, right? So some of these tools are like programming tools like Python, R. These are the most popular tools, but there are frameworks and there are platforms too that make this thing easy. There's there's Tableau, there's Microsoft Power BI, you use MySQL, Microsoft SQL, and a lot. These are the tools, right? But understand what they do and the type of things they do. If that's the kind of thing you like to do, because exploring data. Let's one good thing about this data, we saw the importance of data during the coronavirus period. You saw that they were giving us uh, although we know that Nigeria, our data was not very accurate. Of course, we know why we are not very there yet, because data is garbage in, garbage out. What you put into the data will be the result you get. If you fill in the wrong data, you get wrong insight. So like they will tell us 5,000 people from this age bracket are having coronavirus. Or how did they know that people in the older people, senior citizens like 60 and above, they are the ones are uh, that are that are most people in the senior citizen, people from the age of 60 and all. I think that was what they said. They have tendency of getting coronavirus more. They have the weakest immune system and all that. So how did they know that? It's because they've kept record of people that are dying from coronavirus, and they do that whole stuff. So they can tell those. So those insights, you now see under this data science, there's a lot. There's something called business intelligence, right? Something called business intelligence where you now have to use their insight to know what to do for them. So have you seen? Um, okay, I even wrote business intelligence, big data, and business intelligence. Big data is a part of data science. So what's big data? Somebody's mic is on. Please turn it off. Man, we are pushed for time. So what's big data? Big data is a part of data science. It's a subset of data science actually. Just as the name implies, big data is big data. Data that is big, right? It is cloud-based data. It can be harvested to use for business intelligence, right? To get business insight. So for example, there are some data that are too big that you can't store in your phone or in your system. You have to leave them in the cloud so that you can query them. There's something called queries, like asking the cloud to give you what you have put up there. All right. So it brings back those data. You can use it to do whatever. So that's another branch too. If you feel like data is the kind of thing you want to manipulate using Excel or whatever, then that's for you. Then there's machine learning and cloud computing. So machine learning, you've heard of machine learning and artificial intelligence. You heard artificial intelligence everywhere. AI. What's AI? What's artificial intelligence? What's machine learning? In simple term, machine learning is learning machine that is learning. All right. So helping a machine to learn. So you've seen that. Let me use an example. This might not be a perfect example, but it works. You see that uh, on your tab, a beautiful example. When you type on your phone, when you write things, you see that your phone is giving you suggestions on how to complete your text. Maybe you write how, the phone will now bring suggestions. Are you, right? You say what, if you write what, it will write if you click on it's right, are you doing, another, it's bringing you suggestions, right? Or they now say what is my name, or if you write your first name, if you write my name is Teddy Ragbai, if you write Teddy, it will just bring Iragbai as a suggestion. How is it doing that? But when you bought the phone newly, or when you have not put in your Gmail, at first, if you type it, it will not bring that recommendation. It's because over time the machine is learning, right? It's learning of your behavior, learning of your typing pattern, learning of using the data that you have. So most times you can't separate machine learning from data science. They go hand in hand. Using the data that it has received to give you suggestions to, right? So that's machine that it's learning, and it gets better. You see that by right now, my phone knows a lot about me, in quotes. So when I'm typing, it knows the kind of, when I make a mistake, even if it's a traditional name, for example, traditional names are not in the dictionary, but because I've been typing it on this my pad every time, it has now automatically saved itself there. The machine has learned it. So when I make mistake on that name, it corrects it for me or gives me suggestion. That's machine learning, but that's a basic explanation. So machine learning can be exploded into the artificial intelligence, where you see computers, power robots that they know how to respond to you and all that, right? There are some people that use the data from this, like Amazon and all that. But that's what it is basically. The cloud computing too is working with the data from the cloud, right? So it's you get that's it basically. Then moving on. So that's some. These are, I just brought out six part of science, part of tech. All right. So these six part are options. There are a lot more, a lot more. But I'm trying to channel your focus towards where it should be. So if you are science oriented, you should know where to look out for. Okay. So then moving on, um, let's go over to the art part. This is another very beautiful part. Okay. So sorry, I think something's wrong with my network. Please, can you hear me? Uh, boy. Oh my. If you can hear me, please say something.
Yes,
Go
we
ahead.
can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear
We
me?
can hear you. We can hear
Can
you.
you hear me?
Oh, okay,
And
okay,
go on.
okay. Great, great, great. So if you can hear me, my power just went out. All right, so I don't know what's wrong, generator, but we can just continue. I don't think you can see me, right? It's only the PowerPoint you can see, right?
We can see you. We can hear you.
We can't see you.
But you can see the PowerPoint.
I can see you. Yes,
Okay,
that'd be good.
I can see your shadow. I see the PowerPoint. I can see your shadow. I can hear your
I,
voice.
hello,
okay.
I
Can,
think the
can you see me now?
PowerPoint of that is,
Yeah, yeah, we can see you.
yeah, we can see.
Okay, great. All right, so thank you. Just
We
kindly
can see you.
all right, so kindly just
Yes.
mute your mic. All right, so good. So I think we're good now. So right, going on, moving on. This is the art part. This is a part that's not talked about, and I'm shocked why people don't talk about this part because art part of tech is one of the most beautiful. Like I feel they do less work and they earn so much, really. But let's not talk about earnings or money right now. The idea of this thing is basically passion. All right, you definitely get money, trust me. So it's not like there's no money in it. So the art part, it's basically for it would involve people that want to express themselves or apply your creative skills, your your apply dynamics, right? Apply uh you know putting your emotions, right? Somebody said that putting your emotions towards some of these things like painting, sculpture, and the rest of them. So that is the art part. And there are some things, there are some skills, or there are some tools for that. Remember the first thing we said about this thing being a tool, right? So yeah. So I'll just pick some UI UX design. I know that a lot of us have seen this everywhere. Say UI UX, UI UX, UI UX. What's UI UX? So UI UX basically it's what it is. UI means user interface. UX means user experience. So user interface, user experience. So what does the UI mean? The user interface means the interface means like what you can see and interact with. What you like right now when I look at open Facebook, there is a home button, there is a what are there in the Facebook? Oh no, let's go to Instagram. When you open Instagram, there is the explore button, there's the home button, there's the settings and all that, right? That's the interface, what the user can see. That's the UI. Then the UX is the user experience. How does the user feel when they use this? I can say this that at least 50% or 60% of us here have once had a Twitter account. But when we open the Twitter account, we'll stop. We can't use it. We'll go back because the UX of Twitter, right, is not very basic. So because you don't understand it, or there are some websites just open to you don't know what to do. Like, why is this website like this? You feel sad. You feel stressed because everything is so complex. But the thing is, as a designer, whatever I do, functionality should be your watchword. You should be able to have functional product. So UI UX design is just making a user interface that is user friendly. All right. So having a beautiful UI, it's having a good design, but the UX is still functional. Have you not seen some websites that will be so fine? They have different pictures, different design, but you don't know where the home button is. You don't know where what you should press next. Maybe you want to upload a picture, you don't know how. You look for before you now finally see where it is. No, you that's a good UI but terrible UX. So UI UX designer, this is what they do. They are different from oh thank you Jesus. I think my power is back. Give me a minute. This is Nigeria, so things like this happen. I'm sorry. Could have planned better for it. All right. So UI UX design, they produce user interface and user experience designs. So what you do is you use tools like Figma, like Adobe SD to design things. For example, this thing you are seeing on the screen, classification and all that, it's a design, right? Okay, let me leave that. Then there's also graphics design. What's the difference between a graphics designer and UI UX designer? Graphic designer, they design products, things for product, they design flyers, billboard, they design anything, right? But UI UX, they are not just normal designers. They are designers that design with data. What do I mean by data? They design because they have done the analysis. So they don't just design anyhow. So that's why you see home button in most app or most this thing. It's like a house, right? You see a house, right? Home. So why do people keep using that? Is because that's what is relatable to the mind of everybody. Easy, make their experience easy for them. So graphic designer, they just design for beauty, for aesthetics, to make it fine and all that. But UI UX, they design for functionality. Should be functional. It should be still fine because it should appeal to the eyes of the user, but it should have functional roles. So yeah, that's that. Then moving on, product design. Product design, people that design product. The difference between product design and UI UX or graphic designer, UI UX and graphic designer, they design the outlook and all that. But the product designer goes through the entire product. He designs the product from the beginning of the say like a product manager or project manager. It goes through from the ideation point through till it's done. So this is another field. So I'm telling you, as I'm saying all this, you should be able to see picture in your mind what kind of thing you would want to do. First of all, you should have known, okay, am I an arts person or am I tending towards the science part? So first of all, it will limit your options, cut out your options from unnecessary options. Then you can from there start, uh, you know, moving on. Then product, okay, digital marketing. Yes, digital marketing, there's a lot of words about digital marketing. Digital marketing is so big, so wide. Under digital marketing we have uh, we have social media marketing, have social media management, we have um, social media optimization, search engine optimization, um, search engine marketing, a lot. What is it about? Digital marketing is basically about selling, marketing your product digitally. So just the same way you see somebody, the Igbo men, when they come, they'll tell you, ah, bros, I get this drink. This drink is now the first in town, the best drinks for this entire Nigeria right now. Now only you want sell for no other drink. If you buy these drinks like this, you'll be odogu. You say this jeans e dey stretch, this jeans dey give you things about, dey tell you if you wear this jeans your guys go dey call you big boy. They go dey, you when they start saying this, you see that your mind, you start feeling good already. They are marketing their product to you, but that's physical. So digitally is taking that whole skill and whole idea, bring it to a digital space, because that's where everybody is right now. As at today, right, on similar web listening, I was just going through a friend in my office. I saw that Facebook is the three highest in the ranking, right? Highest application, having having 9 billion users as at March, April, January, February, March, April, yeah, as at April. All right, 9 billion. Imagine 9 billion people. Come on, that's a lot of people. You cannot access, you can't see 9 billion. In fact, you might not meet 9 billion people till you die physically, but you can imagine the possibility. Google is having 19.6 billion people, 19.6 billion users. That's mad. All right. So because of that, and thanks to data science, you can now select the kind of people that you want to reach out to. So digital marketing is creating, putting, okay, I say, okay, I sell laptops. So the type of people I want to market to are not the old people. They are not the people that are out of school. I want to market to university people, people in school, or people in computer department. So I can now start, going on and on. That's why the same way you see people, they will not place their billboard in the wrong location. You will not see billboard of a supermarket inside one village in Urokoromo. They'll take it to like Ring Road because that's where they'll have the most people. Or billboard of a school. They'll take it to where they want, you get. So that's what digital marketing is all about. So there are a lot of fields inside. Then there's something called copywriting and technical writing. If you don't take anything, this is one of the most important and it's being neglected right now. And trust me, in the tech world, anything that is being neglected, right, is what would bring out the most, most return in the future. Okay, I think I'm talking. I need to know that somebody's following me. So if you are here with me, just say hi.
Yes, boss.
Hi.
We're here with you.
Hi. We are here.
All right.
Hi.
Okay. Thank you.
Why?
All right. So
Hi.
going back. So
Hi.
yeah.
Hi.
All right. Thank you very much. So okay, take this last part, right? I would really love people to look towards this direction because come on, I've done research on this, and I can tell you without mincing word that this is something that will blow up sooner or later. Copywriting and technical writing. What is copywriting? What is technical writing? Copywriting, right? So copywriting is is writing for the purpose of advertising or marketing. It's simple like that. If you want to write to advertise or market, it's simple like that. Let me take for example, when you hear everywhere you go, what comes to your mind? Somebody answer me.
MC.
MTN,
Yes.
MTN.
right? When you hear grandmasters of data, what comes to your mind?
Globacom.
Yeah, right. So these words, these were copies, right? They drafted out a write up to advertise or market their brand. So this all this fall under copywriting. People that creatively write copies or creatively write articles or write words that would make the hearts of their customers feel good or make people want to patronize from them. Have you not seen sometimes copywriting is just like sweet mouth, having sweet mouth, knowing how to put words together to sweet mouth. All right. Oh, sorry. Give me a minute. Something's breaking down here. All right. Sorry. I'm back. Sorry, I'm back. So, moving on. So I said something about I was talking about copywriting, right? So it's just using words to appeal to the hearts and minds of people. Appeal to the hearts and minds of people. So you see sometimes you just see some people write up in okay. There's something called destructive copywriting. Is writing in the inverse. You just see a video, for example, and somebody just write, "Oh my God, you need to see this." Something like that is spurs an interest in you to want to see it, right? Or somebody will say, "This is the funniest video you have ever seen in all your life," right? This is I'm just saying this, right? But there are more creative ways, and people are doing more creatively to get people involved. So that's copywriting because people are pushing towards all these skills. People are not looking professionally into copywriting. and it's a skill. It's not just writing anything you like, it's a skill, and people are paid well. People are paid well. Just imagine the person that wrote everywhere you go, for example. That's a short. That's everywhere you go. It's not a sentence, it's a phrase, right? Everywhere you go is a phrase. That phrase, that person could, I don't know how much they paid that person, if it was the team that did it or something. But imagine doing that and you are paid 1K dollars, $1,000 for that word, or you are paid $5,000 for that word. It's a it might look simple, but the effect of that word is massive. You get, so that's copywriting generally. Then there's some another one that is also going through extension. It's called technical writing. It's different from copywriting, right? Because this they create documents. Sorry, they create documents for website, documents for um, operational procedures and all that. For example, you see let's say Instagram, they'll have terms and conditions. They have technical writers that wrote out that whole terms and conditions, right? And the way they do it, technical writing involves a lot of mental work, and sometimes you need to know the law surrounding this your stuff so that you don't say nonsense. For example, Facebook. We know that Facebook in 2018, Facebook was sued, right? We know that in 2019, Instagram was sued too for privacy breach. But right now, you can't even sue some of them for that same thing because they've updated their terms and conditions, and they used English in a way to just put it so that they can't be held responsible for something like that. You get, so technical writing, copywriting, they are two amazing things. So um, I brought out in total like 12, 12 areas. There's also project management, product management, right? I brought out like 12 areas that we can look out for in 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 this whole tech thing, in two areas. This is a summary. There are other areas, but the point is at the end of the day, you should be able to know to look out. So what we'll do right now is before going forward, I'll stop sharing my screen. Thank you. Stop sharing my screen. All right. So I think we're back to normal now. I think we're back to normal. All right. So before I
Yeah, we are
continue,
back to normal.
yeah, I want I want some people to just I want two persons, right? I want two persons to talk about, just say okay, before we do that, just let's ask questions. If you have any questions to ask, please just ask right now. We have less than 20 minutes left on this session, on this live rather. So if you have any questions, please feel free and ask. Okay, it seems like we are good. Huh? Right?
Yes, boss.
Not exactly. Not exactly. Somebody saying not exactly. Please ask your question. Okay, somebody said I lost you. Okay, you can ask it on the chat box if you don't want to speak it out. Okay, somebody says sorry I lost you. Okay, lost you at UI and UX. Oh, your network went bad. Okay. So I said about UI UX is user interface and user experience. It's building products that are both beautiful and appealing to the user, and they are functional so that when the user uses it, they have a good experience. Because feeling is everything. Sometimes you can't remember details of your travel to Paris. You can't remember details of your travel to Dubai. You can't remember a lot of those things. But you can always remember how you felt. You know that, oh yes, when I went there I felt good, I felt relaxed, I felt right. So feeling will stay, but that's the cocoa. Then that's it basically. So uh, okay, no question. Good. So we'll just do a short activity before we go on. Before we end this, this session is supposed to end by 9:30. So I said at the end of the day, the idea of this is so that you will know how to focus, where to focus on. So one person, right? Just volunteer yourself, right? Let's have the interaction, and yeah, together we'll try to advise you towards which line you should plow. So one person, the first person to just um, open their mic and say. So we'll use as an example. Maybe we can do two.
Is it possible to do both the science and art branches?
Sorry, come again.
Is it possible to do both the science and the art branches together?
Okay, great. Yes. So that's a beautiful question. The classification of science and art was done by me. And if you watch well, okay, I think I did not show that. There's something I was supposed to show. What the whole thing works together is related. Science, art is all tech. So they are all working together, right? They are working together. So a UI UX designer will make a design, give it to the programmers to code, and will have it, a synergy. The programmers, the copywriters will write what they want to write out. The technical writers, they will write what will be on the website, give it to the programmers, the code. The copywriters will take data from data scientists to know what to do. You get, so it's a very related field. And some people, they are okay. Like one of the persons that will talk here, I think tomorrow or next. He's a very good UI UX designer. Very good. I've seen a lot of his work. He's a front end developer. He writes over 6, 7 languages. Really good, right? He knows about product design a lot. He can handle full product management and all that. So you see, that's somebody that. So the possibility is limitless. That's why that video said we can do anything in tech. So just, but I will advise you to pick something, stay there, and be a guru in it. Try and stay in one area for 1 year and see what will happen consistently. So that's our formula. 1 year consistently, 1 hour every day. You you will blow up. Then okay, somebody Babatunde is asking, is UX design and product design the same thing? No. UX design, right, is user centered design, right? Based on data. You get? So let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. So I think this would help. I have a file like that. Okay. I can't find the file, but I think a good example we can use to differentiate this is this: user design, right? User designers, they are designing to make you feel comfortable and good using their product, right? So, for example, you've seen that a product that involves healthcare, you see the colors they use most likely is green, something green, right? You won't see a dominant red colored design on a pharmacy website. Or if you go to a pharmacy and you see that a pharmacy is painted red, you will probably run. You think they want to kill you. But it's just a color. Why is it that when they paint it white, we appreciate it more than when they paint it red or green or blue? It's just a color, right? But our mind, right? Color does a lot. Our mind, when we see the white, we think purity, for example. When we see food, we think yellow, right? when we see plant, we think green, and when we see, name it and all that, there are lots. So user designer put this into consideration to make a beautiful and workable design that makes the user feel good. But what a product designer does is create a design that meets the need of the product of the consumers. So, for example, the product designer is he knows the need that, okay, this app is to order food. That's the customer needs food. So the product designer is designing so that the app will meet that need. That's his ultimate goal. That's his ultimate concern, meeting the need of what that product is about. While the user UX designer is designing it to make you feel good while meeting that need. Do you understand? So they are all relatable. It's just that sometimes some of these companies are small, so you just have one person doing a lot of skills. In a normal setting, right? In some of these big companies, you have a product designer, you have a UI designer, you have a UX designer, you have a product manager, you have a project manager. You get this, it's a lot. But just get this, product designers, they focus on the need, meeting the need the of the customer. UI UX designer tries to make the customer feel good rather, when they are meeting that need. UI designer makes the interface beautiful for them and understanding for them to meet that need. So that when you see this S button means cancel. So you don't need to now, because graphic designer can design and turn the S to something else. But a UI UX designer will know that no, it's not just about how beautiful it is. People should, when they look at it first, they know that this S means cancel. You get? So that's it basically. All right. So we have less than okay, about 10 minutes more. So any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? If there's no question, like I said, somebody should volunteer. It's a good
Yes,
one. Let's
yes.
use, okay, question, go ahead, please.
Can you use the data analysis to make a UI UX interface, like maybe using the user experience or something like a feedback to improve user interface, and
Yeah,
how is it done?
okay, great. So for UX, right? UX, there's something called UX developers. People, they actually go out to do take research. So they have some interfaces, they call people like 20 people and ask them, oh, this and this, which do you like more? This and this, which do you think is easier for you to use? This and this. They do a lot of research, right? So the data science, sometimes some of the data are already available in the web or in a big data in the cloud. So a data analyst gives you insights from that data and say, oh, out of 10,000 people that went to that went online to search for food, 10,000 people went online to search for food in Nigeria. Hmm? 10,000, okay, or 10,000 people went online to search for food in Benin City. Out of that 10,000, 7,000 of them are between the ages of 20 and no, 10 7,000 of them are within the ages of 50 to 60. So it means that people that search for food in Benin online are within the age of 50 to 60. So the data scientist or data analyst has given you that data. So when you are now building your app, you now know how to make it very simple for those people to use and make it appeal to that set of people. So you can't do that type of design and start having Bitcoin things or football things. Those people really, most times, they don't care about stuff like that. So you have things that relate to them. So that's how they meet. Yeah. So it's a circle. Tech generally is a circle. So yes, lastly, I really want to do this. I want to do this online. I need
So
somebody to.
meaning you
Okay,
can't build
go on,
an app
please.
without data analysis.
You said.
You can't build an app without data analysis.
Oh, you see, the problem is people do these things in isolation. That's why they're having issues. There are 1,001 app on a Play Store right now, but you go there sometimes, you don't like it. You just download some app, you don't like it. That's why some of those things don't succeed. You need data to plan, and that's one problem. If you are in Edo State, you know Obaseki. There's a program that I started some time back, Data to Mega, right? So it's using data to plan. You see, there are some communities, you have schools that have only 4 students and the building is good, great. Then you go to some communities, you have one same school and you have 300 students in the class, and you'll be wondering why. But people, when they want to build new schools, they'll still build two schools for these same people. But if you have data to show that, oh, this local government or this particular area, they have less, they have more students, they need more school. These ones, they already have, they are saturated, they have too much school sef. You cannot know how to place, how to, so that's why data is important. Data is very important to anything you do in life. Is data. How do you know that 500 naira will take you from here to Lagos, sorry, from here to Ring Road, if you have not been to Benin before? When you come, you take data, you ask somebody, how much is from here to my junction? 100 naira. Take it down. From my junction to Ring Road, 250. Oh, that's it. Means that I need to take like 350. You take me about, excuse me, take me about 350 to get to a particular location. You get. So that is how. So data, stop looking at data as data itself. Data is so basic as that, just information. So that's it. So I think that will be the last question I'll take. All right. So every other question that we'll have, let's write it down, take it to the WhatsApp group and drop it there. Take the WhatsApp group and drop it there. WhatsApp group is open at the end of this one. But before I end this session, I want one person. It's a good thing for you. You don't have to feel. So let's push, especially if you know that you like tech, but you don't even know how or where you should be. So just speak up now. Let's do a live consultation, and at the end of this discussion, I'll be able to point you to at least one or two things I think you should focus on or you should look at. So somebody just turn on your mic.
Yes, boss.
No, 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 not you, Sammy, please. This is one of
Hello,
this
hello,
one
hello.
this is one of the teammates. I don't want you. I need somebody. I need a random person. I need somebody that just uh, come on. Are you with me? If you are with me, say yes. I'm with you. So open your mic and speak.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, yes.
All right. So somebody
I'm
say
with
something.
you.
Yes. So
Assalamu
everybody that is saying that you are with me,
Yes, I'm with you.
everybody that is saying that you are with me, you mean that you already know where you want to be in tech. You know how what you want to do right now in tech.
Not really sure though. Just trying to,
Okay.
maybe at times goes on.
As time goes
I
on.
already got a place where I'll be fixed,
Okay. Okay. Ayoroy.
which is coding.
Okay. So Ayoroy,
Hello?
turn on your let me
Hello?
speak with Ayoroy. Okay. Somebody is speaking.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you,
I'm
Sagiet.
with you.
There.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So
Yeah,
okay.
okay. I was thinking the first thing that actually made me join. Hello?
Go on, we can hear you.
Okay, I think the first thing that made me join the group was because of digital marketing.
Okay.
That was the first thing that actually made me join the group. I've always heard of copywriting before, so those two things are usually the things I've always wanted to focus on, and I don't know if it could lead me maybe to something or something I should be doing on order.
Okay. Okay, so at the end of this session, at the end of this 1 week, right? What I'll do is we'll choose 5 people would or 10 people randomly
Yeah.
give us what they like, what they think they want to do, and I'll provide resources of free
Okay.
materials and point you towards how to start, where to look out for. Because it's not
Okay.
just
Okay.
watching YouTube videos. YouTube videos are beautiful, but you need a pathway so that you don't just start watching videos. You watch video from now till next year. Some skills you have been watching video all your life, but you still cannot do that thing well. So we'll point you towards that direction. But right now, I need somebody. Okay, no, I was talking with Ayoroy. Ayoroy, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, great. So you said that you want to go into um,
Coding.
coding, right? So now, why do you
Yeah.
want to go into coding? You think you like mathematical computations, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So coding, let me help you better.
And
Okay,
another
go on,
reason why I'm okay.
go on, go on.
Another reason why I'm venturing into coding is because of the creative part of it.
Okay,
Over time, I've noticed that I love creativity.
okay,
So that's the major reason why I'm going into it. Yeah.
okay. But basically, everybody creativity runs across almost all of them. Yeah,
All human.
run across all the different areas. For example, I saw a UI design somebody made. It was
Everybody,
amazing.
now,
I've seen something like
prefer
that before, but
web development.
this person did a very beautiful approach to it. It was creative. So creativity runs across all of them. Creativity is fine, but you say you like mathematical computations and you think you are good
Yes.
with it. I feel coding is the most
Yes.
challenging part of every other thing here, but it's not even the one with the
True.
highest paying money. It's not the most rewarding. So, but if you know that you like it, that's awesome. If you know you can put your time to it, that would be great. It will be very rewarding. So, what part of coding do you want to? Is it the front end or the back end? Have you decided?
Full stack.
Oh, you want to be a full stack? Ha, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I did not talk about full stack. Full stack is like let me use a very good example. To be a full stack developer, uh, it's like a complete package to know both front end and back end, to know everything. So that's full stack. So full stack, what language do you currently write or can you write?
JavaScript.
You can write JavaScript.
Yes.
Do you use frameworks or
Still learning though.
native?
Still learning though.
Okay, of course. Okay, that's fine. So I would want you, I would give you an advice. Direct your learning. All right. So say I know you want to do full stack, but start somewhere. You can't do full stack all at once. So direct your learning. So between now and the next 2 months, write out this is what I want to be learning, right? This is the language I want to be learning. This is the area I want to be learning towards. So if I say okay, I'm doing JavaScript, if I say okay, I want to enter the frameworks like React JX or Node.js, whatever, vanilla JavaScript. If I want to do that in the next 2 months, this is what I want to be learning. So you just have a pathway, because just the same way we have curriculum structured that, and that's one of the major thing. I'm an educator by degree, yeah, by discipline, and one of my since tech is one thing I'm very passionate about. I believe I'll be among the people that will move for the motion of a very good curriculum on tech. I am sure of that. So you need curriculum, you need a pathway to learn. So instead of going, the end goal is to be a full stack, but you start somewhere. So you start from front end or from back end or whatever. Inside that front end or back end, you pick a language and you start learning it. Give yourself time frames. That's how we learn it. Time frame. Just start, because the thing is, after a training like the people are motivated, the next 1 week people start learning something, and after 2 weeks it's over. They're back to normal. Motivation is not Motivation is only fair. Consistency is the key. I'll give an example. I recently started a project management course 2 months ago. It's a paid course, but not so expensive. I think it was $100. What they did for me in the course is, because it's supposed to span for like 6, 7 months. So they said, okay, because they want to motivate me to finish the course, they I'll pay every month. I'll pay for the course every month. If I can finish the course in 2 months, it means I'll pay less. If I can finish it in 3 months, it means I'll pay less. And I think I need about 40 hours in one month to finish. And I'm like, okay, if I do three hours every day, I can finish this thing in 3 months. So I'll save money, right? And that's a lot of money now. But I started the first 1 month, I had gone far. I covered up to like 3 months of the project, of the course. But in the second month, activities came up. The truth is there were activities before, but somehow motivation started dropping. Consistency did not hold me. And then I'm glad to announce to you that this is the fourth month, and I'm not still done with the course, and I'm meant to still service the fee every month, because I need to finish that course. So why am I saying this? Motivation is more important. Consistency is more important than motivation. So all right, thank you, Ayo. I think this is 9:30 already, and my ogas are already telling me that I need to end. So before I go, yes, any contribution, any last words, any question, contribution, last words, concerns in the next few seconds. All right. So I think we're good. So we'll continue. We'll meet back here again on when? I think we're having our session tomorrow. I don't know. Please, Mr. Stami, when are we having um, our first speaker?
Next live session is on Thursday.
Okay. Okay, that's next tomorrow. All right, thank you. So on Thursday, we'll have our first
Yeah.
live speaker. Trust me, you want to hear. One of the greatest ways I've learned and grow and I've gathered knowledge in this tech thing is to hear people. When you hear people, you hear their success stories. You see that we are not really different. Everybody, same problem. That with everybody. So you'll be motivated and all that. So listen to people's success stories, and you trust me. Yes, somebody's asking. Please, can you ask questions on WhatsApp? Yes, ask questions from now till 10 o'clock. It's the WhatsApp group is open. Ask questions on the WhatsApp group if you can't ask it here. So please be available for that. Even if you miss mine, that's not even my problem. But be available for those live sessions. Those guys are solid tech guys, and you benefit. So thank you very much, guys, for coming around. Um, it was such a beautiful experience, and you know, I'm glad you could make it. And others, I don't know what to say. I don't know how they do all the whole thing, but you shall get my point. So um, thank you very much. I think this will be a good night for us. See you guys at the on the WhatsApp group. So you can just unlock your mic to.
Thank you, sir.
All
Teddy. Good
right. Thank
night.
you very much, Ayo. Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.
Thank you. Good
Good
night.
night.
Thank you. Signing
Okay,
off.
good day everyone. Before we leave, yeah, a quick notification or a quick notice.
Okay.
Please note that our next live session would be on Thursday. But that's not to say that we don't have a session tomorrow. We have a session tomorrow, but it will be on the WhatsApp group. So
Thank you very
be
much.
available for the session tomorrow on the WhatsApp group. And then on Thursday, we have our next live session with our first speaker. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Bishop, sir.
Oh, there's a bishop here. Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys.
Adios.
Thank you, my G, Mr. Teddy. Thanks for that.
Thank you very much, Festy.
Thank you, boss. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.